biggest group of firefighter recruits ever in Nevada are going through the academy right now.
Yeah, they're expected to graduate next month and immediately fill positions within the Clark County Fire Department. News 3's Kristen Drummond joins us live outside the training center on Tropicana and Arville with the need.
Well, Jim and Marie, the academies normally happen here at the Fire Training Center, but due to the large class size for this academy, they're actually over at Sam Boyd Stadium at the moment. Now, due to state board testing happening, we were not allowed to film there today, but the recruits going through this academy are critical for the Clark County Fire Department's future.
When a house fire rages or smoke billows from a shipping container, Clark County firefighters take action, answering the call to keep our communities safe and to maintain that level of service. The department continues to train the next generation of firefighters.
My name is Peyton Howe. I am a recruit for the 23-1 Academy for the Clark County Fire Department.
Clark County releasing a recruitment video on Tuesday. It captures moments of the latest academy underway.
This current academy started off with 107 people. It's the largest academy in the history of the state of Nevada. Presently, we have 84 remaining candidates.
Assistant Fire Chief Mack Travis Jr. leads recruiting for CCFD, a job that keeps him busy, especially after the pandemic.
We lost a lot of people that we weren't able to replace, and as we continue to experience growth in the valley, we need more bodies. We're at that breakover point for our department where a lot of people are in that 20, 25, 30-year window where they're available for retirement. So we're trying to get ahead of a lot of these issues that we have with personnel.
A focus at the moment, fire paramedics. The department is actively recruiting for the next academy in August, but facing challenges.
There's a national shortage of firefighter paramedics, so we have to run an additional paramedic recruitment each time we want to begin a rookie school.
Looking for candidates to stop, drop, and enroll today.
There's always going to be a dire need because there's always going to be shortages.
Now, while Travis tells me that this academy is the largest ever in the state, the number of applicants are actually dropping over the years. Now, coming up at News 3 live at 6, more about fire paramedics, the challenges with it, and the need right now here in the department.
A new bill is going through the Nevada legislature that could drastically change operations for rideshare companies in Las Vegas like Uber and Lyft. At least that's what they are saying. There's concern it could lead to fewer drivers and more expensive rides. Our Brett Forrest joins us live from downtown Las Vegas to explain.
Hey Marie, good evening. So we know there are two sides to every story, and tonight we're talking about Bill SB 125. Now that's aiming to increase insurance requirements on rideshare company drivers like Uber, Lyft, and of course these companies are lobbying hard against it. But I'm speaking to people on both sides of the issue tonight.
I'm concerned about the bill because I'm a full-time parent, and so I need the flexibility to be able to work.
Uber drivers like Nyla Gant are concerned about the effects of Nevada Senate Bill 125 because of messages from Uber like this one.
So any of our spring and summer months, it's my main source of income.
Right now, Nevada law requires rideshares to provide $50,000 in auto liability insurance when drivers are logged into the app. Once a passenger books a ride, that jumps to $1.5 million. Uber says that's the highest in the U.S. The bill aims to force companies like Uber to increase insurance during the periods outside of passenger trips.
This is unprecedented legislation. This bill, this language does not exist anywhere else in the entire United States.
The company says this bill will regulate them like taxis, limit operations, and decrease available drivers, causing Nevada to become the second most expensive rideshare market in the country.
But our expectation is that this bill will significantly increase prices for riders, but it will not lead to a corresponding increase in pay for drivers.
But here is the counter argument.
Not only does it protect the residents in Nevada, but it protects their drivers. And they're trying to send a bunch of propaganda out to their drivers saying, oh, you're not going to be able to drive, you're going to have to do more background checks. All that's just blatantly false.
Attorney Jamie Cogburn says since this bill would increase insurance premiums, he's not surprised that companies like Uber are against it.
Is it better for Uber or Lyft? Likely not. Because yes, there will be instances where they're going to have to step up to the plate and be responsible for something bad that happened because somebody got hurt. And that will cost them more money than it usually would.
All right, so this bill is scheduled for a work session tomorrow in a Senate committee, and if it advances, then it goes to a floor vote. Now, keep in mind the deadline for any bill up in Carson City to get out of committee is this Friday, so expect a very busy next couple of days up there in the legislature, and we'll, of course, be tracking all these major bills and bring you any big developments as they happen.
Nevada could be looking at a massive payday. Talking about $1 billion. Two Las Vegas communications experts are suing online travel companies over a hotel tax dispute.
But it faces some legal hurdles, namely whether they can sue on behalf of the state and counties. And the Nevada Supreme Court heard oral arguments on the case just some hours ago. New at 6:30, News 3's Maria Thompson breaks down why the lawsuit may stop here.
Jim and LaToya, there were a few legal issues heard today at the Nevada Supreme Court building downtown. One of them, a battle over words and what they mean under Nevada law. And there were a lot of words back and forth in court today to figure that out.
The question is, said Alice, whether you can make words mean so many different things.
A few words could make a big difference, or maybe not.
Different words used in the same statute must have different meanings.
Attorney Dominic Gentile representing Mark Fierro and Sig Rogich, Attorney Todd Bice representing several online travel companies. They're all in court giving oral arguments to Nevada Supreme Court justices. Today's arguments stem from a lawsuit filed by Fierro and Rogich in 2020 on behalf of the state, claiming that online travel companies like Expedia, Travelocity, and several others didn't pay their full share of hotel taxes to state and local governments required by state law. Rogich and Fierro claimed the damages could exceed $1 billion.
The amount that's being sought on behalf of the entire state or just these individual counties.
Most lawsuits don't end up at the state Supreme Court for oral arguments, so why this one?
That on tax matters like this, the government, if the government wants to proceed, the private relators have to step aside.
The travel companies claim Nevada law doesn't allow private citizens to sue on behalf of governments when a government is already a party in a separate suit for the same allegations. Clark County did file a similar suit, but in federal court. However, a Clark County judge ruled Fierro and Rogich's lawsuit can go forward because it was filed before Clark County's suit. The travel companies argue that state law doesn't care who filed first and that Fierro and Rogich can't, quote, hijack litigation over issues our state government should control. Nevada's Supreme Court views this as a case of first impression, which means its ruling could impact who and when someone is able to sue on behalf of our state and our county. Meanwhile, Rogich and Fierro have a lot at stake too. If they prevail in this lawsuit, the state could get up to 70% in damages. Rogich and Fierro would get the remaining 30% of the damages that are paid out. We're not expecting a ruling, though, for another couple of months.
Subscribe to News 3 on YouTube at News 3 Las Vegas.